Why, hello there, everybody. How you doing today? It's me again. As promised, this video will describe exactly how you are turned into a slave. But before I get into that, I want to make sure it's perfectly clear that I am perfectly clear. Money is not a bad thing. Money is not evil. Having lots of money does not make you a bad person, nor does it make you a good person, because money is amoral. It can be used for both good and or evil. The key to money is how and why it's being sought after and how and why it's being used. Okay, so just so we got that clear, I like money. Okay, money is a good thing if it's used for good purposes. So again, having money does not make you either a good person or a bad person. It does not make you a saint, nor does it make you a sinner. Not having money does not make you a good person, nor does it make you a bad person. It does not make you a saint. It does not make you a sinner. It just means that you are someone, if you have money, just means that you're somebody that has money. If you don't have money, it just means that you're somebody that doesn't have money. Okay? Good. Now that we got that out of the way. So, who is it that came up with this power structure, with this ranking system? Who is it exactly that came up with the pecking order? Who is it exactly that wants you to be a slave? And who is it exactly that wants you to believe that you are divided up, segmented into very specific groups with very specific abilities, with very specific limitations? Why, it's none other than good old Lucifer. You know, the devil. And I can prove this. You remember, the reason why Lucifer was kicked out of heaven was because he believed that there is a ranking system. And he believed that he belonged right up here at the top. He believes that there is a very specific pecking order with one at top, and then everybody else falls in line at different levels underneath. Because if you remember, that's exactly what he told Eve in the garden. He's told Eve that if you eat from that tree, you will be equal to God. And the reason why he didn't say greater than God is because he believes that he is greater than God. And if he can get enough people to believe that he is right, then he believes that he's going to win, or has won, when it's not about power structure. He's lost already. So how in the world does the devil get about deceiving people and getting them to become slaves? Why, he uses human nature, or his nature, fallen man's nature, against himself. And he uses the 7 deadly sins. Now, they're called the 7 deadly sins simply because if you get wrapped up in any one of them, they will all quickly take you so far away from God, it's not funny. And separation from God is true death. So you have anger, pride, greed, gluttony, sloth, or laziness, envy or jealousy, lust. Those are the 7 deadly sins that Lucifer uses to make his slaves. Because you see, Lucifer wants you to believe that you are a slave. That's why you were created. He wants you to believe that that is your purpose. He does not even want you thinking that there is even a remote possibility that you could be a servant, but not just a normal servant, not a servant of man, but that you were designed and created to be a servant of Almighty God. So, how does Lucifer do this? Well, he does exactly what he's always done. He tells man a big, fat, juicy lie. Because he wants man to not believe or even think that they are unique. And unique meaning having no like or equal, unparalleled, incomparable. He does not want man to even think that man is. He does not want man to think, I am unique, or I am a unique individual who has a purpose, but not just any purpose. The purpose, the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. He does not want man to understand, believe, or even think that he has a purpose given to him by Almighty God. And the easiest way to do this is to take the focus off of Almighty God and put the focus on something that he can manipulate and make both either good or evil. And the easiest thing to do that with is, of course, money. You see, again, as I said earlier, money can either be used for good or it can be used for evil. So it's very easy to make someone think that, hey, having lots of money is a good thing, which it is a good thing, as long as it's used for the right thing. But if money is your only focus, if that's all that it is, well, then you're going to be very unhappy. And Lucifer knows this because he knows that money by itself, money alone, will never make you happy. The Bible's very clear. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, or fallen from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So it's not money, but loving after money, having your heart desired for and seeking only after money. That's the root of all evil. So that's why he wants you focused on money. Because if you truly believe that money can buy you happiness, if you're seeking after only money, if you love money, then you will very easily fall in to any one of these 7 deadly sins. Because the love of money is incorporated in all 7 deadly sins. The love of money, you can be angry that somebody has more money than you do. You can be prideful in the fact that you have more money than somebody else, thereby making you better. You can be greedy after that money because you love it so much. That is your sole focus and attention. That's all that matters. That makes you, because the more money that you have, the bigger and badder you are, the better of a person you are. It can also make you turn you into a glutton, because with money you can have all kind of things and just waste your life pursuing frivolous things. It also, the love of money makes you lazy because it doesn't make you do anything else. If you get lots of money, then you're like, hey, I've got enough. I don't need to do anything else. I can just lay around and be fat and lazy and have no purpose, which makes you die. You can be envious. When you love money, you're easily envious of other people having more money than you, or envious that someone is actually happy without more money, without money. Yes, because you're so focused, you're so convinced that the love of that money, having money, makes you perfect. The love of money creates you to perverted lusts, to all kind of desires that are just the total, complete opposite of God. And all of that is simply because of the love of money. Money also does something else. It is the easiest and quickest way to break us all down into all of our little groups. And then you can take that little bit of these groups and pit them against each other. The yellow group can say to the blue group, it's your fault, blue group, that I don't have more money. The yellow group can say to the red group, you are preventing me from getting more money. Then the red group can say to the gold group, you think that you're better than us simply because you have more money. The number of ways that it can be done on a social level, in a political level, and even within the very church structure itself are too many, too numerous to list in this one video. So I'm going to break it down section by section in the next few videos. But folks, let's just be perfectly clear. You are being lied to. There is no ranking system. There is no pecking order. The devil, Lucifer, wants you to believe that there is, simply so that you do not wake up to the fact and knowledge to know that it's all about Almighty God and not about money. God could care less about money. For crying out loud, his streets are made of gold. The gates are made of pearl. The walls are lined and adorned and made out of precious stones. The things that we hold of value, God uses as building material in heaven. It's not about money, folks. It's all about knowing Almighty God.